Yo,
Oh, go on.
we're back after another long hiatus.
You should call this the hiatus podcast.
For sure, innit?
Yeah, it's a better name.
Oh, crap!
Yeah.
You might be onto something there still.
It's a better
Aye,
name.
we're busy men that lead busy lives. You know what I'm saying? But listen, send in your funny stories, queries, dilemmas into the Kacheeni inbox on Instagram. We'll read them out at the end of the show on our segment 5 Minutes of Fame. You know what I'm saying? We want to hear from you people, so let us know. But yeah, we're back. Kai, what are you saying?
Yeah, bro. It's here, man. Same as the last hiatus.
Same old.
Same old, man. Just cutting through, alive.
But before we got here, I just had a Chinese, yeah?
Violating.
Kai's getting on to me because it was a random Chinese shop that I went into.
Bro, who goes to a shop they've never been to before? Didn't check, just driving past on the way to the studio, hungry, and pulled up at a random Chinese.
No, it's valid.
That's crazy work.
What I would say is...
It's a sign of a psychopath.
This is a Chinese shop that I've previously
Never been to.
driven past, walked past,
Man's
and I've seen people in there.
Man's assessing the shop on vibes.
Yeah, but like I said, it's like I've previously passed and seen
Bro, people in
there.
every shop. Does that mean it's good?
Not every shop, bro.
That means the shop will close down, fam. People in every shop has some type of business.
Everyone knows there's
unless they're
shops
money
in
laundering.
their area
That are just always
that are
empty.
sometimes empty.
Right, then, nah, man.
And
Gang-
you walk past and you go, you know what? Like everyone has a shop in their area that they've lived in the area for years and they've never been in the shop.
Word. You're not wrong, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
There's a Thai shop in my road, yeah. My brethren in my old workplace was like, talk about Thai food, by the way, yeah. He's like, bro, man, go to this shop. I can't remember the name. This is like years ago. He's like, bro, he said, bro, you live da-da-da-da-da, yeah. Oh, man, go to the shop in your area. I'm saying, bro, it's on my road, fam. Never. He's like, bro, me and my man there and we'll cut through. I'm like, bro, you live about 45 minutes away. He's like, yeah, man goes all the time. I said, bro, I walk past that shop every day. I didn't
Do you
know.
see people in there though?
Yeah, now he's pointed out to me. I'm like, bro, I look kind of busy. I tried it once. Still, it's all right. I wouldn't drive 40 minutes for it, but it's mad. You're right still. I think because it's so close, you just neglect it, innit?
I think that's a common denominator when thinking about going to a place. If no one's ever in there, then you're
Of course,
less likely
yeah.
to check it
But
out.
if I'm hungry and I'm on the way, man's picking functional chains, bro. I'd rather eat
Bro,
the
they know functional chains of Chinese.
No,
though.
forget the Chinese though. Or KFC,
I felt like
or
Chinese.
Popeyes, whatever them places are.
Popeyes is lit.
Something that man knows is just steady. Chinese, bro, that going to a random Chinese is suicidal.
Nah,
fam.
it's crazy, I
Your
can't
belly
lie.
is about to do a mazzoline.
But like I said, I've seen people in there before.
Right,
So
when your
today-
belly's cutting later on,
Today was my opportunity to try it. Now, the people want to know, was it good or was it bad?
you don't know that until your belly lets you know.
It was decent. I won't be going back.
Oh,
But it was
wasn't good.
decent.
It wasn't good.
But it
But
felt...
You were just hungry, bro. You could have ate. That's what I said. You could have ate anything.
To be fair, when you are hungry, things taste better.
Yeah, bro.
So that might be a factor.
Bro, don't do that stuff again, man.
But it was
Just
decent.
get a meal deal.
It was decent.
Just get a meal deal.
Nah, I couldn't do that.
I would
When you're-
rather.
When you're hungry, you can't eat a sandwich.
I would rather, bro. I've had a meal deal for dinner the other day.
Nah, come on, bro.
I had to. I was on the road.
For dinner.
I was on the road, fam. I had to.
Yeah, that's
I
crazy.
was working late.
Bro, I need something hot, bro.
I hear it. It's hard to eat cold. Yeah, I don't really like cold. It wasn't necessarily my dinner.
Cold
but
food for dinner.
I ate it, and that was the last thing I ate. It wasn't a planned dinner. It was just I ate it. I bought it at like 6, 7, and it was the last thing I ate.
Yeah, I couldn't do it still.
Mad. Duck hoisin, sandwich wrap or whatever.
The pecking sauce.
Yeah, does it come with that? Yeah, I don't know if it comes
Nah,
with
that's
that.
what you was on, didn't it?
Yeah, that's the Chinese, but I'm talking about the meal deal thing.
Okay.
The duck hoisin. No, it comes in hoisin.
Hoisin sauce. Yeah.
Believe them, bro.
Yeah,
Try to Ross.
this is the thing, yeah. My Chinese order never changes. Most people's Chinese order, when they go to
It's
Indian
standard, yeah.
or when they go to a Chinese, their order doesn't change. So this is the thing. You know where you get it good,
Yeah.
and you know where it's like, it's
not
not
really,
really
yeah.
up to scratch at this place.
Do you get chips?
No,
From
never.
Chinese.
You can't do that.
People do still.
That's like getting pizza at a chicken and chip shop.
No, people do that as well.
Yeah,
you know them
you
shops that do
can't,
both.
bro.
You know them shops that
Yeah.
do both.
If the shop
I'm not even
sells
trying to
chicken
go
and
indoors.
chips and pizza,
It's crazy
do
work.
not do it.
It's crazy work.
Do
still.
not do it.
Belly's good due to run.
Like, if you're going to get a pizza, go to the pizza shop.
What's your best pizza shop though?
Pizza Hut still.
Bruv, how can you still go
No,
there?
I know it sounds.
How do you even still go there? Where's the Pizza Hut? It's 2025.
Bro, I know it sounds bait, but the Pizza Hut in my area is crazy.
My thing's a Tops Pizza. Tops Pizza is class still.
Tops Pizza
Domino's
good,
is
man.
meaty. And you know what's the worst?
Don't say Papa John's.
Yes, that's the
No,
worst.
no,
That's the
no,
worst
no.
pizza
Bro, I think
to
it's
touch
just
road.
my area, you know.
Nah, it's the worst
Papa
pizza
John's
to touch road.
and Pizza Hut in West Norwood is crazy.
Nah, it's the worst, fam.
I'm being honest.
It's
But
the worst.
anyway,
There's a shop in West Norwood I went to. I got problems with them still. Opposite the leisure centre.
don't say
Yard shop.
Delis.
Yeah, delis. I got problems with delis still. When I used to work around there.
Loud Delis, man.
No, it's nice, but
They're my peoples.
woman used to just violate, man. You know,
They're
when you're
my
standing in the
people.
queue and that, and then the brother comes in that she must know, like another yard man. Come. I'm saying, right, you know, I've been standing here.
Bro.
So wait a minute. I'm saying, yeah, man. But you know what though? I feel like the food's nice, innit? And I feel like I seen someone say this, and it must be true that if a yard shop, if you go in and they're not rude, the food's not gonna hit.
not real.
Yeah, man. They need to kind of just
Bag
kiss
you
their
up.
teeth. Yeah, man. It shows that it's cooked with some care. If you go in the yard shop and it's all, oh hi, how can I help you? I might leave still. I think
If
no.
the service is too good.
Yeah, if
bro,
the service is
fuck
10,
it.
10 in the yard shop. You lot got too much time focusing on the service, man. That's who's in the kitchen room, bro. So it's techie, but
Aye, real talk though. With the Chinese, yeah, do you know what's interesting? So, I watched a vlog here on YouTube, and this lady was in China, and she was pointing out the fact that in China, none of the restaurants serve the food that we eat
yeah, because it's
Here.
of course.
at like a Chinese shop.
Yeah, I get what you mean. Yeah.
So when we go to like a Chinese takeaway and we're like, yeah, we're gonna get a Chinese, yeah. Like in China,
not
they don't
Chinese.
eat none of the food,
yeah,
and oftentimes, yeah,
they can't eat that food 24/7, bro. It's mad. Look how unhealthy it is.
But bro, oftentimes,
And China's
yeah,
a
if you actually think about it, like a lot of the times, if you go to like your local Chinese takeaway,
Yeah.
you'll never see Asians in there.
That's what I'm saying. And the food itself, we know if you eat that regularly, it's not good for you, right? Like
Yeah.
as in weight, health, cooked in oils, fats, etc. And this is an assumption, but it's a logical one. China's quite a healthy country in regards to their body types, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
They're not like America, where like everything is XL and large and obese.
yeah.
They're quite slim, innit? Like Chinese people
Yeah.
on
They're
the
small.
on the contrary, innit? So they clearly are not eating that all the day, bro, because
Yeah,
fam,
yeah.
that wouldn't add up. Do you get what I'm trying to say? That food ain't healthy, fam. But yeah, like you said. But that's similar to like certain restaurants that try to do the Caribbean thing. Because that's obviously man's delicacy. Like cotton. Have you been Cottons?
Yeah,
A lot of Caribbeans don't really rate it highly. Do you get what I mean?
I went Cotton's
I think it's nice.
on the weekend.
But like my family, like my somewhat yardy family, they don't really...
They're not messing with it.
Yeah, they're saying it's a bit dry. It's not really...
Nah, it was good. Still.
authentic and all them words there, and it don't feel. I hear it though, innit? Because it's like a chain, so it's like
Yeah.
probably just not cooked with love kind of thing.
Nah, bro, I was there on the
I think it's nice,
weekend
though.
with my girl, my son, and the food was alright, bro. We didn't have any problems with it.
Yeah,
it
I
was
think it's
thoroughly
nice.
cooked, well seasoned.
Yeah.
I mean, boy, if
I haven't been
the
in a while, but
if the chefs in there weren't like from the Caribbean, then boy, they done an amazing
yeah,
job
probably not
still.
though, because it's a chain thing. You don't need to be. That's the thing with them things. It's just a recipe you follow, innit? Don't really
That's
need to
true
be
still.
with if you're working in cotton. You just need to be a chef
Yeah.
of good level. You don't need to be. Whereas when you go to other places like small owned businesses, obviously the chefs are normally the people that are running the business.
You still have to know though.
Not really.
Because
You don't know who's
people
cooking your
could-
food in cottons.
Nah, bro, people like at home when they're cooking, like you could be looking at a cookbook
Yeah.
and follow a recipe to a T,
And it still
but
not be the
someone
same.
could cook it better than you.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah, but I'm saying, you see, ideally, yeah, your cottons in Vauxhall should be the same as your cottons in, I don't know where the next one is. I know the Vauxhall one. Where do you go?
Yeah, Vauxhall.
Yeah, but there's probably another one somewhere in it. It's a train.
Yeah.
I think there's one in West. So let's say your cottons in West, they should cook the same chicken.
Yeah.
Whereas, even though they're 2 yard shops per se, Newtings and I don't
Newtings
know.
is crazy.
Yeah, but Newtings and like True Flavors or something, they
Yeah.
shouldn't. Their food is not going to taste directly the same.
No, it's true.
Even they're two jerks, not gonna taste the same because it's independent. You get what I'm trying to say? That's what I think anyway. But meh, yeah, it's alright. Cotton's is alright still. I'll give it a
No,
bly.
it's true.
Cut true.
It's true.
Well, what's that the one that everyone goes to but just drinks? No one wants to eat there.
Turtle Bay.
Yeah, see?
Yeah, that thing, I'm not eating.
So I'm saying that's a yacht shop though.
Aye, if you're having a dinner at Turtle Bay, don't
I've eaten
invite
from
me.
there once still.
Nah, I wouldn't even do it.
What, you didn't even try it?
Nah.
So how do you know it's not nice then?
Nah, bro.
Just that's what people say.
Bro, I've heard things, and in the Brixton Turtle
I
Bay,
know, I didn't go to that one.
if you see the chefs, you'll be like, yeah, I can't eat.
Why? What are the
I
chefs?
can't eat, bro.
They're not black.
Like, it's just not authentic, bro.
Why does a black man have to cook it though?
Nah, bro, I don't know. There's something about walking into a spot and
Seeing
not seeing
the chef from
like,
that country.
authentic chefs.
The origin of
You know what
that,
I'm saying?
that origin of that
If
place.
I walk in to like
A Chinese.
Japanese restaurant, bro,
And I saw a black man chopping it up.
and I seen a black brother in there, I'd just be like, I can't eat this, bro.
So I know, but he might be cool though. He's a
Nah,
chef.
it's not certain.
So Gordon
It's
Ramsay,
not certain.
Gordon Ramsay can't pattern up
It's not certain.
a Chinese. Ainsley Harriott can't pattern up a roast.
Gordon could cook,
So I'm saying,
so they say.
yeah,
You know
obviously
what I'm
I've never
saying?
tasted his
So they
food,
say.
but
like, would I trust Gordon with a Caribbean dish? Probably not. You seen what Jamie Oliver done? He
no,
got
that was
down
school
dirty.
dinners. That was school dinners though.
Bro, I couldn't do it, bro.
I hear it.
I couldn't go to Jamie Oliver's restaurant and order a jerk rice. I just couldn't, bro.
Yeah, I hear that still. But that's because he's got previous still. He's guilty, innit? He mocked it. Man gave man the rice and peas with the green peas, so he mocked it. So I hear
Bro, he's
it.
violated us
I hear it still.
differently. Listen, though, this is what we got. Aye. So yeah, see the video the other day. This guy basically he done a breakdown online about how much his wedding cost. Because
His
he
wedding
went-
or the wedding he wanted to go to?
Nah, his wedding. So obviously he proposed to his wife, his fiance, and they got married in England, by the way. So everyone knows
average
in
wedding.
England, and he was breaking down the costing because this wedding, believe it or not, cost less than $1,000 overall, which is unheard of. Because a lot of the time when people are talking about marriage and that,
Apparently,
a lot of the
average is
time-
like 20 to 30 bags.
yeah. So a lot of the time, the biggest hiccup or challenge is finances.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
People got to take out loans. People got to blow through their savings to get married. And this guy was basically like, "Yo, you can get married for less than $1,000. This is how I done it." Like, and he broke it down, bro. Let me show you the video.
I saw a guy.
It's insane,
I saw a guy saying he would spend up to $100,000 to get married.
bro. People spend that.
That's ridiculous. You know what you could spend $100,000 on?
Oh, ton of stuff,
If
bro.
you have that for a wedding and your wife even says yes, that's me tricking her, seeing if she agrees. If I say, "Oh, babe, I've got a wedding plan. It's $100,000," if she said, "Yeah, let's go ahead with it,"
Bro,
I'm tricking her, fam. She's not the one. Straight divorce or prenup. What's the thing there? Prenup. Man, sign up.
slide to the left, bro.
So this is full transparency on how I got married on less than $1,000. Starting off with the second biggest expense was the ceremony.
But
This
man can
cost
tell it costs
£300
under
for 10
$1,000 though.
people. Obviously, we had more than 10 people, but we were blessed that they let everybody in the room. However, there's even one even less than that for you and 2 other people. However, the wait list to get that ceremony is about a year in our area, so we were not going to wait that long. My suit was basically free. It was the suit from my brother's wedding, which was only about 2 months before, so I'd only worn it once.
Second-hand
It
suit.
was £70
Mad.
made in Nigeria. I cannot remember the
Niger
price of my
boys.
wife's dress as it wasn't part of my budget. However, I do know it was around 100 to 150. We got placeholder rings for the ceremony, and this cost around £25 to £30 for both rings altogether.
People.
From Amazon. The use of the venue was
This is real love,
completely
though.
free. It's a hotel that my wife found in the area. We literally just drove down. It's open space. They allowed us to use it. Yeah. The car cost £90 from Enterprise, I believe. License plate was £23 from Amazon. Also, the car did come with a £250 deposit though. The photographer was a very, very good friend of mine, so they came as a gift. And lastly, the biggest expense was, of course, the family meal. I think it was around 20 to 23 people at the end. It was just a nice cafe. And yeah, that's basically all of the cost. So altogether, we spent less than $1,000, and we probably could have been cheaper if we didn't get a car, didn't get a plate. And I was going to say about the family meal, but you need to celebrate with some food. I think what also helped was the fact that we did it on a Monday, because the cafe we picked was empty. Well, it wasn't empty, but we went in closing time, so we were basically the only ones there. The hotel was empty, so we had all the space, and we didn't have anybody disturbing us. I know that's why I think my wife was really, really worried about, like, oh, security's gonna come and kick us off. But honestly, they were happy and they were fine. And some hotels, if you even ask them, sometimes they'll open up certain rooms and they'll even allow you to, use certain spaces. So don't be afraid to ask. Anyone that's looking to get married and they don't want to spend too much, it's very possible to do it on a grand or even less. If you really yeah, man. Don't let the big weddings.
But you know what though? You know what though? I'm not even laughing at him. Do you know why? Because man knows he's getting married for real love, fam. His wife loves him. Bro. His wife loves him.
Bro, his wife, yeah.
His wife loves him, fam.
Salute.
Why?
Cause, bro.
What, you're not on that?
Bro. My man got
him.
the rings on Amazon.
Suppose.
That's dark.
Why should love have a money across? See what I'm saying? We're in a messed up world. When Jesus and them were getting married, how much do you think their things were costing? When Joseph and Mary were getting married.
Nah, Amazon rings though.
But love is free, fam.
I hear it,
Love
but
is
Amazon
free.
rings.
Love is free, fam.
Nah,
Man,
that's dark.
Don't get sucked into the game.
He went on an Amazon spree.
Yeah, he mocked it, but
He mocked it, bro.
he could have. You know what he could have? He mocked it, but I hear
Bro,
it.
me like the calf.
I'm not. Yeah, some of the things he cut corners too much.
Me like the calf.
Amazon rings he cut
Nah,
corners
bro.
too much still.
A me like the calf though.
But suit and that, I hear him still, even though it's funny.
What, the second hand suit?
Yeah, it's one day. You wait for one day.
You could pattern
Plus,
with that.
do you know why?
You could rent it.
Exactly. Ooh, most people's suits are rented
You
anyway.
could rent
So what's the
it.
difference?
You could rent it.
Them Mossbro suits that man are wearing, they're rented anyway. They go back.
No, you could certainly rent a suit.
So just because it was his brothers, calm.
I'm flexing with the rented suit.
Everyone is, bro. Most
I'm
people
flexing
do.
with the rented suit.
You wear it one day, but you never wear it again. What's the point?
Bro got married on a Monday. So
Makes
here
sense.
this, yeah. Weddings, yeah.
Traditional Saturdays, isn't it?
Traditionally, everyone knows, like, if you want to get married on a Friday or a Saturday or a Sunday even,
Nah, getting married on Sunday selfish.
You're going to be paying top dollar.
Yeah, Sunday selfish.
You're going to be paying top dollar. But to get married on a Monday, bro, that's like the cheapest day.
Yeah, but
Because, like,
that's what I'm saying.
no one's getting married on Monday.
But what's it about?
Everyone's
though?
got work.
Exactly. But what's it about though? Him and his wife or the whole shebang?
I hear it, though.
So I'm trying to say, if them two are happy, and that's what I said, his wife loves him, bro. Because
Yeah, for
she
sure.
wasn't there. She wasn't there for
The glitz and the
the
glamour.
glitz and the glamour, the image.
hear it
Do you
still.
get me? The real. She's there for the real.
Bro's got a good one.
Yeah, she's there for the union.
Bro's got a good
That's
one.
what you're there for,
still.
the union, innit? So
Bro, I don't know if any girl would be cool with Amazon rings, bro. Like,
there we
I
go.
don't
There's
know.
Exhibit A, fam. You just showed, man.
Alright, so traditionally speaking, also, yeah, it's a well-known fact, yeah, that when a guy proposes, a lot of the time, the engagement ring, it's been known that the guy should spend a month's or 2 months' wages, salary,
Hey,
on the ring. That's what I've heard, traditionally speaking. Obviously, there's people that spend a lot more and there's people that spend a lot less.
that isn't the ring they wear though. That's why people keep 2 rings on, innit? Like women, they end up wearing both.
However, like, I don't know, we'd probably have to speak to a female to like get the consensus on this, yeah? Like, what's disrespectful for a woman, like, in terms of the price of a ring? Like, if a guy's gonna propose to you, what ring would you be like, nah, I can't even wear that?
Pandora thing. Actually, no, because Pandora can be peas, but you know what I'm talking about? I'm talking about the HS Samuel, you know, in the counter, like in the window, you know, the couple £100 things.
What do they call it? The cubic zirconia.
Yeah. I don't know, but I'll be honest with you. I think it's just...
Jewelry is a scam anyway.
Exactly. Accept anything, man.
Jewelry's a scam. No,
is
but
it-
as a woman, though, this is the thing, because it's all for the woman, innit?
It's social contract, man.
The ring, the dress. She wants to take pictures. She wants to show all of her friends
That's
and
what
her
I'm saying.
family.
It's just to show off.
She can't go to work
With a
or
£30
around her
ring.
family with a ring that costs £100 or
Why
less.
not? Why not though?
Come on, bro.
So the love is based on how much the ring costs.
No, we know it's not.
But what if my man's broke and see it's proportionate? Do you know why it's proportionate? What if my man's only got £120 to his name?
Bro, I'll be real. Then we shouldn't get married, fam.
I hear that, and that's why I said
We just shouldn't do it.
That's why though, because you want the extravagant wedding. Not
No,
you,
it
but
doesn't have to be extravagant, but it has to be respectable.
But it's respectable in man's budget.
Like,
I don't know his budget though, but
copping a Haribo ring.
brother, if all I've got is 50p to my name, and I spend my last 50p on you, that's chivalry.
Bro,
That's chivalrous.
bro, what? So what do you think then? 'Cause I think bro cut mad corners.
Yeah, he did cut mad corners, but at the same time, what is the wedding really about? It's about the union between a man and his wife, and that seems like, respectfully, she was happy in the pictures. She was on it.
In future, I wonder if weddings are more likely to go that way.
Nah,
I think weddings in general.
I think they're getting the other way.
I think weddings in general.
But you know what
are
though?
the decline.
Yeah, they're on the decline overall. The stats show you that, and they're on the decline in regards to success rate as well. The stats show you that.
That's facts.
But I think in regards to our culture, ethnic background,
Yeah.
our weddings are so much because we use weddings as a proverb, as a show.
Yeah.
I don't know if you ask like a British guy how much, like white British or white European, how much they spend on sort of weddings, it might be a whole different ballgame. Because remember, a lot of people, if you're African descent, have a traditional wedding
Yeah.
and a normal wedding. So that's already 2 weddings. So already
African weddings run up.
Exactly. The traditional thing is normally about family, etc.
Yeah.
People are throwing money and all of that. And what I mean by that is it's more of it's a show, isn't it?
People are sticking money on you in African weddings.
But it's literally a show. There's like a
Yeah.
itinerary, bro. There's like you come through, you do the dances, the family catering, the hall, the clothes, the dresses, bro. It's all
for show.
yeah, technically, innit?
But this is what I'm saying. So if you're an African guy, yeah, as an African guy, you can't do a cheap wedding, bro.
Yeah, well, not
because it's not going to be socially
Accepted,
acceptable.
yeah.
In your family,
Yeah.
in her family as well.
Yeah.
Remember, in like certain cultures, like the family or the parents of the bride are expecting
to pay.
like certain
Oh, you're talking about certain levels of stuff.
certain levels.
Well, if you want to take it back to
say?
traditional, the bride's father should pay for everything.
Yeah, and that. But
that
that's
ain't
what I'm
happening.
saying.
That
Cutting
ain't happening.
corners is just not. It's just not sufficient.
That's what I think. I think if man showed that to that video to I'm making a mad judgment here or like a mad prejudice, but like a British mid-40s guy, works a standard sort of, what's the average wage, 30 to 40 grand a year job. I might say, all right, man, that's all right, because love my wife, me and her will settle down, get a little bed.
But English
house.
weddings traditionally are not that extravagant.
That's my point.
Asian weddings are extravagant.
Yeah.
African weddings are extravagant.
Exactly.
We know this. And it's like, as a guy,
So
wanting
it's
to get
perspective.
married, in the back of your mind, if you're Asian or you're African, you have to have
It's
your
a
money up
spectacle.
if you
Yeah,
want
it's
to
a
get married.
spectacle.
You just have to.
But is the spectacle needed for the wedding, for the love? What
It's
does
not
it show?
needed, but it's tradition.
Traditional. That's my point. So I'm
tradition.
saying there's nothing wrong with what my man did overall if his wife is happy with it.
But bro, he went on the cheap.
Why not?
He went on the cheap.
For them, why not? I'm not saying this for me,
He's saying,
but for them, why not?
bro's gone on the cheap, yeah? For his pockets, great. But what does that look like now to her family?
Why does that matter? I married my wife. I didn't marry the family. What does that matter, bro? Why does that matter? See, this is the problem. And we all do it to a degree. We care about what others think of us because we have a connection to them. Do you get what I mean? Do you get what I'm trying to say?
No, I hear it.
So that some people be like, I can't do this because my wife's mum won't be happy about it. What the fuck has that got to do with man though? Really?
Yeah, no, it's true.
Do you get what I'm trying to say? But I agree. I wouldn't have cut them corners. But boy, him and his wife happy.
Bruv,
Mashallah.
let's talk about it then. So being frugal, v spending. Obviously, everyone has different habits, right?
Yeah, that's what it comes down
There
to.
are people that live frugally, where they live their day-to-day lives where they're trying to spend
Minimise.
minimal as possible. They're trying to cut corners.
I'm on that.
They're trying to they're trying to not buy this, not buy that. Trying to save here, save there. Go here because I can get it cheaper. Recycle this, recycle that. Secondhand this, secondhand that. And then you got on the opposite end of the spectrum, you got the spenders
the big
who are
ones.
not going to do nothing small.
Everything's
They're
big.
going to buy over the odds. Everything has to be expensive. Everything has to be brand new.
Yeah. And branded.
branded for sure.
Yeah.
I feel like at both ends of the spectrum, yeah,
It's too much, innit?
it's too much.
Yeah. But how do you balance?
That's the thing.
Because what you consider, like, you see, like, when man talk to, like, young youths and that, or whatever, like, just youths, man kind of knows that a bit younger, they're spending mad money on PlayStation. To me, that man's I've never spent money on PlayStation in my life.
Yeah.
Man spent on the games, but I mean, as in, I'm not buying no FIFA packs and that £100, £90, £400 to get Roberto Carlos shiny and these things that they kind of doing.
Yeah.
To me, that's a madness.
Yeah.
But if I tell them I spend, you know, £150 to fill up my tank of petrol, to them that's a madness.
Yeah.
Because the car man had. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
So I think with everyone individually, I guess everyone has their thing they spend on.
Exactly.
So for me, yeah, it's like
Chinese.
nah, not not Chinese. For me, yeah, like if we go on holiday, I couldn't stay in a dead hotel.
I hear that.
I just couldn't do it.
Yeah.
You get what I'm trying to say? But there are other areas in my life where
Can cut back.
I'm not too fussed about, and I could go cheaper. I could do this cheaper.
Yeah.
Because I'm not too fussed
But
about it.
I think we all just have that.
You know what I'm saying?
Things. Yeah.
So it just depends on what you're willing to like
Cut back
go
on.
the extra mile on and cut back on. You know what I'm saying?
But it's like back in the day, man. You never used to want to shop at like Audi and Lidl and that.
Yeah.
Man used to think there was a stigma to
Yo.
that. But now I'm
Why
up
was
in
that?
there. I'm up in all them
Why
stores.
was that though?
It's, again, social construct, bro. That's what I'm saying.
Bro, I remember when one you at school, yeah, they caught his mum in Audi, bro.
See what I'm saying?
The man them was walking past and they caught one of the man them's mum in Audi, and when he got back to school, everyone was like, "Yo,
Cooking,
your
man.
mum shops in Audi."
See what I'm saying? Don't make no sense.
It was dark, bro. But
these-
now we're all up in there.
Exactly,
like,
up in
get
there,
me,
and it's
2 for 1 and all
money
the
off, deals are there.
Trust
See what I'm
me.
saying? It don't make no sense. But again, social construct, social stigma attached to things. And you know what's mad? I remember when I was a bit younger, my auntie made me do like a crisp, some Doritos or something. I all got it wrong.
What do you mean?
She was like, one's Audi, one's Doritos. Taste, like, tell me which one.
You didn't realise?
No, but I said that was Doritos. These times that was the Audi brand. That's what I'm saying. Obviously, I know that don't apply for everything. Some things, obviously, quality-wise are less, but most of the time you're good.
It's all a finesse.
Yeah, it all comes from the same factory, as people say.
It's all a finesse.
But yeah, it just depends what you consider worth spending your money on, innit?
Because there's 2 types of stresses, bro. There's stress from saving money. Like, there's people out here that are stressed because they're trying to save every penny they get.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say? And then there's other people who spend every penny and they're stressed because they're broke. But they're the same stresses.
Yeah, that's my point.
It's just
Yeah,
both
yeah,
2
yeah.
different ends of the spectrum.
Yeah, it's true.
You know what I'm saying?
It's true. Yeah, I just think, you know what it is? Them people that like spend sometimes, yeah, nothing wrong with it, like all the time. But you know what annoys me, fam? When they just leave themselves with nothing in the end. Do you know that one there? So like especially,
spend till zero.
especially like family, for example. Be like, oh, can you borrow me this? I'm saying, no, it's calm. I probably can. But like when I realize what you maybe spent the money on,
Yeah.
I'm thinking you kind of violated it in a way. But family don't it, so I'm not gonna say nothing. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Well, I think, fam, you could have not done A, B, and C what I saw you do last week.
Yeah.
And you would have been calm.
Facts.
But you've done it, and now you're in a pickle. So it don't make no sense to me. But
Facts.
everyone's different, innit? And I can't begrudge it, man, because everyone's circumstances are different, fam.
What do you think about saving? I know you're a good saver. Would
Nah,
you say?
not really. I have to have a goal, innit? I have to have something I'm saving for.
Mm.
I can get stuff done.
I
Like,
think most people do though.
yeah, that's me. I'm not like a man who's like, Rod, like every month I'm gonna put £500
Yeah,
away.
yeah.
But if you said to me like when we went to Jamaica or whatever we did, like holiday, something coming up, then yeah,
We have a motive.
yeah, I'll get there. I'm not gonna not go. So it just depends what's coming up. But I dip in and out, man. Like I'm
I think that's most people.
a
you know?
fluctuated saver still.
Yeah, I think that's most.
Do you know what it is for
people
me?
still.
I just zero is not zero. That's kind of how I
Yeah.
live my life. So therefore I'm alright. That's how I cut through. You know, like when if I say to man like, "Bro, I can't afford to go there," I can afford it. No,
Yeah.
I can't afford it, but I can pay for it. See the difference?
Yeah.
But I can't afford it. That's why I'm not going.
Yeah.
But I could pay for it if I needed to.
It's
That's
justifying it, innit?
yeah. For me, I couldn't justify spending it, so I ain't going.
Yeah.
That's my kind of motto.
No, I hear it still. I think for most people, like, if they're gonna save, it has to be for something. Otherwise,
Yeah, it's hard.
they're just blowing it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And it's about what you save into, and it gets techie. But like, Do you think it's good to just save and have money sitting there, or you like a save?
No, it's good. You should have like an emergency.
Yeah,
fund.
3 months salary they say. But
I
I'm
think
talking about
more than that.
But that's what they say. I'm saying that's what they say. 3 months salary. But I'm saying, what about like even that 3 month salary? Would you invest that anywhere, or is that just emergency? Don't touch. You know, like man starts looking at certain investments man's done. And I think, imagine I put my my emergency saving in there, it would have boomed off.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, should it just stay here though?
Because obviously, well, this is why people like pay into like ISAs.
Yeah,
because
it
will grow
in it. Yeah, but they're slow, man.
Slow, bro.
Sometimes
it's slow.
I remember my first ISA. Yeah, like the guy had twanged me. I was like 19, 18. Yeah, I opened one up. I can't remember the exact numbers. I put like, you know when they tell you you'll get a percentage, you're thinking like calm.
Yeah.
But after like a month, I got like 25p or something.
Yeah,
Something immediately, like 7p. I can't remember, but it was pennies.
It's not worth it. I can't lie.
I was saying, bruv, there's no point in putting it in this, fam.
It's definitely not worth it.
But I guess you need it because, bro, it's some ISAs you can't touch. Like my first ISA was like a child ISA.
Yeah, they lock
my parents,
it in.
Yeah, my parents gave to me.
Yeah.
So man, gonna touch that. And that
It's a
was
finesse.
jarring, bro. Because I was thinking, fam, I could do with this.
And you know what the bank's doing?
Just eating off it, innit?
Yeah, bro. They're just loaning that guap out and making a bread off it.
That's why loan sharks are peak, fam. Man should have been a loan shark. I should have borrowed man 2 bills, but you gotta pay me back 4.
Bro, it's a finesse.
That's what man should start doing, fam. That's a hustle.
That's how you make rope. That's what the bankers do, bro.
Yeah, but they do it nicely.
At a higher level.
At an official level.
Yeah.
Loan sharks will knock on your door and that. Them man will send man a CCJ. It's different, isn't it?
Yo, alright, talking about money though, I seen an article, of this the founder of Loom. I think it was like a tech startup.
Fuck is Loom?
Correct me if I'm wrong. But he sold his company for $1 billion, and he was online. Yeah, he made a food. Right, $1 billion is a lot of money.
It's
You know
not
what I'm
bad. It's not bad.
And he was basically online saying that he's unhappy and he's lost his kind of passion and desire for life because, like, obviously he's made $1 billion off the company started. He sold it. But that was his kind of drive in and
his
focus
baby,
in life.
Yeah.
So now that he sold it, obviously he's sitting on a pile of cash, but it's like he has no motivation or drive or purpose.
You hear that though? Even sportsmen say that all the time as well.
And well, we got his we actually got his little article here on what he said.
Sportsmen say stuff like that all the time, innit? Like now man don't have training, man's just lost.
So yeah, but this is what it says. He says, I am rich and I have no idea what to do with my life. Life has been a haze this last year. After selling my company, I find myself in a totally unrelatable position of never having to work again. Everything feels like a side quest, but not in an inspiring way. I don't have the same base desire driving me to make money or gain status. I have infinite freedom, yet I don't know what to do. I'm the most optimistic about life, I know, but this is completely a zero world position to be in. The point of this post isn't to brag or gain sympathy. To be honest, I don't exactly know what the point of this post is. I just tried to manufacture one, but I just felt like a phony. Then I recognized the irony of creating purpose of a blog post when I don't currently have much conviction or purpose in life. So he's online whining, and like the comments are just crucifying him because they're like, bro, you're a billionaire, like
get off the line.
Just like chill out, bro.
Yeah.
Like go and buy a yacht or something.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
It depends on the type of person you are, though, innit? If you're working for a purpose, sometimes the money doesn't really matter.
Yeah,
in a way. Do you get what I mean? Like as in like your that the thing is fulfilling. You hear people say that, especially people that do their own business and stuff. My dad says stuff like that. I'm like, bro, retire. I'm not saying he's rich or not rich, but it's like, retire.
Yeah.
It's like, nah.
But he likes what he's doing.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's his own thing. It's his own business. And if he retires, he feels like, he literally said to me, bro, he said, if I'd stop, I'll die. No, I don't think he means that literally, but he means like, what would I get up for? His passion. Yeah, what would I get up
life.
For? Well, yeah, what would I strive to do? What would I... So I hear that. But at the same time, if you're a billionaire, because my dad definitely no billionaire, but cool off, man. Depends on his age though as well.
Nah, I'm sure he's. I don't think he's that old.
Yeah, but if he's like late 40s, 50s. Just cool off, man. Do some
Yeah.
shit that you couldn't do when you was younger, fam. Travel the world and shit like that. You might have done all of that already, though. That's what's, I don't know.
It's like for a lot of these guys, yeah, when work is your life, and then you can't do it no more. You see it a lot with like athletes.
That's what I was saying. Yeah,
From the
football.
age of 4, 5, 6,
Yeah, man, just
they're playing sports,
yeah.
and that's all they know. They wake up, they train, they do that, they go into the sport or profession, professionally start getting paid. Some of these lot make a ton of money, and then at like 30, 35, they're done. And then you still kind of have half your life left, but like your passion is finished.
Yeah, it's mad.
So you're like forced to like go back into the real world and like kind of find other hobbies. So sometimes you see people, they become like pundits,
coaches.
You get what I'm trying to say? Teachers, whatever, in regards to their profession.
Yeah.
But then other people don't have that knack to like teach people or coach people. So it's like, what do you do?
Just cool off some of them, fam.
And this is why a lot of them like end up being bankrupt.
Yeah, divorced as well, because they're
as
bad as it sounds, their wife's like, bro, man didn't know this was you because you're normally at training every day.
Yeah.
You're jarring. And they're out of there. Brother, you know how much man get divorced after stop playing, fam? And obviously the life's not the same as well. You marry a man on millions and whatever. Once that stops, sometimes you got to make certain cuts. Yeah, it's
that
mad.
paycheck stops immediately.
Yeah, that's why I say I don't begrudge a man for doing the best they can for their career or whatever sport is, making the most money. If a man get onto like a Raheem Sterling, I'm on that. If I was a footballer, that's what I would be on if I was good enough.
Just running it up.
Running it up, bro. Because when man hits 33, 34, 35, at any time, even if I bust my knee, you're telling me it's done. So why would I stay in that one club for 100k less for 4 years?
Yeah, it's true still.
And you got to remember with them, man, they're taking care of bare people.
Yeah.
Not even just them. Do you get me? So I know, you get paid bare. But you got to remember the life they live is appropriate to what they earn.
Yeah, so when
people
they stop
forget
earning
that.
it,
yeah, people forget that. Man think that Raheem Sterling's paying my electricity bill, as in like the way the some my bill is, or the some my gas bill is, or the some my TV bill is. Bro, them man are not. Man's electricity bill is the price of a mansion. Do you get it? So it's all. Yeah. I know they still get. I don't want to use the word overpaid, but paid nicely. But it's relative, fam.
No, it is overpaid in some instances.
No, because it's what the business generates.
Couple of them and them in the Prem are overpaid, bro.
Yeah, but it's what the business generates, so it's not their fault. No, but that's the truth,
well, obviously, you're not going to complain about getting paid a lot.
That's what I'm saying, but that's what the business generates. It's like, for example, you could be a footballer, you could, a women's footballer, for example. Yeah. They're not going to get paid as much as a man footballer at Man City. Yeah. Because the business doesn't generate that. That's a big part of it. Do you get what I mean? So because the business generates, men's football at this moment is superior in regards to generation financially. Yeah. They're going to get paid accordingly.
Some of them man are nicking a living.
Because you could be more talented. Like, you could be a more talented, I don't know what sport gets paid, not a lot. There's most sports are.
Cricket.
Yeah, you could be the best cricket player in the world. But the sport doesn't generate. What's a cricket team? Do you know a cricket team off the top of your head? Do you know 5?
No.
That's what I'm saying. But you know 5 football teams. Yeah. You don't even care about football that much. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Then if you ask just a random person on the road, they'll know 5 football teams, but they probably won't know 5 cricket teams. I'm sure
cricketers get paid.
No, like they do. Okay, rugby as well. Rugby's another one. The average wage for rugby players is like 100 grand or something.
Yeah.
One of my youths from my school, he was a professional rugby player. But the business doesn't generate enough for us to pay you millions. Yeah. That's what it comes down to, isn't it? So it's relative. It's relative, bro.
What would you do though
with
$1 billion, bro?
Just cool off, man. But I'll do a Mr. Beast thing.
What, just start a game?
Yeah, bro, just fuck around, man. Dude, I'll do little side quests, like my man said, but like little conquests or loads of social experiments, because I think that would be interesting.
Like what, bro?
That Mr. Beast, that's what I'm saying. Like, as in, like, just fuck around. Like, man did the Beast games.
I was talking like Squid Game or something.
No, what, as in myself do it? Or run it? Bro. No, not myself. But as in, like, run things like that. Like, you see how Mr. Beast does, like, I don't know if I'll bury myself alive, but you know them little things he does, like...
Yeah, those little missions.
Yeah, missions. Yeah, but why not, bro? Man's got time. Go travel the world. I just do everything I think I couldn't do.
That's what bro should be on still, but he's online doing the mad thing.
Or he's got $1 billion, just buy something else and start something new.
Start a new company.
Yeah, start a new company. Start a non-profit. Start a non-profit.
These man are whiners.
Because it's not about money for him, so I'll start a non-profit. Start a business that all I care about is how effective and much it does, if that makes sense, rather than worrying about the revenue it makes. But some people get the thrill from making the money, so
that's it, you know.
They got to do that. But I'll start a non-profit. Don't know in what, but
that's facts. We got here school children, bro. So obviously, as we all know, yeah, like the school curriculum hasn't changed at all since like maybe 50 years ago. Like we're still learning the same stuff. The curriculum hasn't changed. None of the lessons and the way we're teaching kids have changed, other than we've got like probably interactive whiteboards and stuff. But everything has kind of stayed the same.
Yeah.
But as we all know, like the world is drastically changing. You know what I'm trying to say? So I seen a clip of this lady who's a teacher. I think she's from the UK. I think she was from the UK as well. And she was talking about how the students in our class have like the shortest attention spans, and they're not listening because they're always on their phone, innit?
Yeah,
So when she's standing up in front of the class trying to teach these kids, like they're not even trying to hear her because
An hour lesson's too long, man.
like an hour lesson is too long for them, and they're used to getting like
Bite size.
short, bite-sized content on their phone, on their laptop or tablets or whatever, and like they can't digest what she's saying for the period of a lesson. So like she's just losing them,
I hear
and
it.
she's losing control of the class.
I hear it still.
You know what I'm saying? And I started to think like obviously we got some boys that are teachers and that, and I've been saying like why haven't they tried to pivot or try and adapt the like school curriculum? It's blatantly old fashioned,
Because I don't care.
but it's like, what are we doing?
You got to remember, is school made, and this can get a bit left wing or right wing, whichever way you want to go. Is school made to really help people help people excel? Or is it made to prepare?
No, it was initially.
Initially, yeah. But now, would you not say it's more so used to make people get into the working world to become a number?
Yeah,
Because
but
if it was made for the greater good of
but
human beings,
it was initially.
yeah, but I'm saying
and it just
now,
hasn't changed.
why would you not learn about credit scores? Why would you not learn about mortgages? Why would you not learn about revenue, how to make money? I know if you work interest, yeah. I know if you learn business, you learn some of this stuff. But why is that not business is not even a core subject?
Yeah.
So in my opinion, school is used to churn out numbers. Because how can the state, teach you, or want to teach you, should I say, to be better than themselves? It wouldn't make any sense. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Not a lot of businesses do that. Like, like a professor or someone who knows something, it's like, right, I'm going to teach you everything I know. But a lot of them are envious. Do you get what I'm trying to say? When you surpass them, that Karate Kid thing, like, you know more than me, yeah? Nah, fuck that. Come back here. Like, man want to bash, like, man wants to knock you down now. So that's my opinion, and that's why I think it's so rigid and so stiff. And like, if a kid accelerates at something, you don't really see them getting pushed in like state school. Do you get what I'm trying to say? They're just like, oh, well done. But you still have to stay here, wait for everyone else to catch up.
I wonder, like, when they will decide to try and alter the curriculum, bro.
Because even year groups should be rubbish. Like, why should let's say I'm the smartest person in year 9.
Yeah.
Why am I staying in year 9? Like, obviously, I know physically I have to stay in year 9.
Yeah.
But why am I not doing year 10 work now that I'm smart enough?
That's
Like,
true
why am I not
still.
doing my GCSEs early, like, all the time? Do you get what I'm trying to say? As in, like, what am I waiting for? Not necessarily GCSEs, because I know that's an age group thing as well. Like, you have to be a certain age to do it. But why am I being stuck with John, who's slow, technically, for me?
Well, that's what they try and do, and they try and remove the kind of dead weight of the class.
Sets, I guess, innit? Yeah, there's sets.
And that's why they do that.
Yeah. I just think schools used to churn out numbers, innit? They want to keep you just at a level.
At a certain level.
Yeah, you don't want man to be like a Stephen Bartlett or a Peter Jones or you get me? That's not what school's for, fam. You don't want to be making it. Obviously, you might find teachers that connect with man and really push you. That's different. That's a personal thing. But the curriculum itself, I can say from 12 to 13 you learn this. From 14 to 15 you learn this. That's mad that there's a cap.
Yeah.
And when you get good at it, it's just like, make sure you get 100% in your test. Why? Getting whatever A is, 80% to 100%, it makes no difference. If you get A, you get A.
Yeah.
See what I'm trying to say? That's what I figured out about uni as well. Even uni, I used to stress and I thought, bro, this cat is, do you get me? It's this bracket gets you this grade, that bracket gets you that grade. So what does it matter if I get 80% or 99% and I think over a first is 70%? So you can get 73% and the person who's got 99, me and you are walking with the same grade.
Yeah. No, it's mad.
It's a system, innit?
It is. That's exactly what it is.
Systematic.
But like teachers are getting frustrated, bro. And I'm wondering like when the public school system will decide to change things, because something needs to change, bro.
It won't, bro.
And if you see what they're doing in China with the Chinese pupils in schools, they're learning tech, they're learning AI,
Because it's real.
they're learning agriculture.
But they remember, they make people for their infrastructure. That's
Yeah,
what's good
yeah,
about
yeah,
China in regards to like, they make students and make life relative to what's going on now. I feel like
Yeah.
Britain is so bad at that, bro. Obviously, I haven't been to every school in the world, so I'm not saying all teachers or all schools are like this. But the sample group we have to go off, it's bad for everyone. Says it, bro. The same thing. Man, don't really know no life skills in there. Everyone says that same cliche thing. When am I gonna use Pythagoras theorem?
Or
When algebra, yeah, like it's for problem solving, yeah. But what does it apply to? Not much, bro. I understand foundation wise. I'm not saying never learn it, but like you said, bro, look at the world's getting tech, AI, and to learn those things, you gotta go and do it yourself.
Yeah,
We're behind.
We're gonna be so behind, bro.
We're behind, bro. We
So
are behind. Man said, so we are gonna be. We are.
Nah, but in like the next 20 to 30 years,
Yeah, we are. We
we're
already
gonna
are.
be way behind.
And we're staying there, fam.